Cleveland and Canton, a rivalry punctuated by geography. Less than an hour separates these two Ohio cities. And while Canton lives in the shadow of Cleveland in terms of size, Canton, the sports town, is known as the birthplace of pro football, while Cleveland sports teams are best known for their bad luck. And when it comes to soccer, Canton's won 5 indoor championships. Cleveland is still looking for its first. And good evening, and welcome to Cleveland State University's Convocation Center and the NPSL Game of the Week. It's Cleveland and Canton. I'm Dave Phillips. I'll call the play of tonight's game. My partner is Bob Bishop. And Bob, offense is the name of the game tonight. Start with Cleveland and the league's top 2 scorers.
Cleveland Crunch led by Hector Marinaro, the top scorer in the league. He has shattered the NPSL scoring mark. 231 points entering play in this game, breaking the old record of 180 set a couple of years ago by Andy Chapman. Marinaro, outstanding skills with the ball, excellent shooter, maybe one of the most accurate shooters you're going to see. And he has another strength, and that is his ability to get rid of the shot in a hurry, causing all kinds of problems for the other keeper. Number 2 scorer is a guy who's been red hot lately, Zoran Karic, second in the league, 214 points. He has been the NPSL's offensive player the last 2 weeks running, and he was also the most valuable player in the All-Star game, which was played here.
Well, Canton has their own dynamic duo.
Number 3 scorer in the league is a member of the Canton Invaders, Gino DeFlorio. He has 173 points entering play tonight. That's Gino on the right of your screen. That is a new Canton team mark. The old mark 2 years ago, also held by Gino DeFlorio. On the left of your screen is Kia. He's been in the league some time, returned to Canton after a couple of years' absence, was a charter member of the club. He's the number 10 scorer in the league, 134 points entering play tonight.
Coming up, the starting lineups and tonight's kickoff.
Want the bald facts about hair loss? It's not some dread disease. The problem is you just don't look as good. Me, I spent over $1,000 on this hair piece so people could snicker behind my back. Minoxidil cost me $50 a month and I still couldn't see results. Hair transplants? That's thousands of dollars in surgery. And now there's even spray paint. Hey, this isn't a piece of furniture, it's my head. Finally, one of my actor friends mentioned Couvray. Hollywood's known this secret for years, he said. It's the one recommended by doctors because it can't clog your pores. So I get some Couvray and I try it. It's so natural looking, no one could possibly tell. This is me without Couvray. And here I am with Couvray. Amazing, isn't it? Couvray is a gentle cream specially formulated to darken your scalp, neutralize its shine, and thicken your remaining hair. And look, it's completely waterproof. That spray stuff rubs off and comes off in water, but not Couvray. It's so undetectable, all you see is hair. Here's my friend Gil before, here's Gil after, and here's the comparison. This is Bruce before, here's Bruce with Couvray, and here's the side-by-side. And look at this. Yes, Couvray's great for women, too. Here's Millie before and after. Couvray costs about $5 a month. You'd pay up to 8 times as much for the leading spray. And if you don't like Couvray, they'll refund every penny. You have nothing to lose except the look of thinning hair. So get Couvray. It works.
For rush delivery, call 1-800-882-8600. That's 1-800-882-8600. Or send $19.95 for your 3 to 4 month supply of Couvray, plus $4.50 shipping to Couvray, 10 Bay Street, Westport, Connecticut.
The spotlight tonight on Ohio. From the Cleveland State University Convocation Center, the Cleveland Crunch and the Canton Invaders in the final regular season NPSL Game of the Week. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for Canton, Frank the Shark Arlaski in goal. Denzel Antonio, Bobby D'Annunzio on defense. Ali Casamani, Kia, and Gino DeFlorio up front.
Defender Antonio is the number 3 scorer on the Canton team with 61 points. He has a rifle rocket foot.
For Cleveland, Otto Orff in goal, Glenn Carbonara, Tim Tima defensively, Tom Tanner at midfield, and up front, the dynamic duo, Zoran Karic, Hector Marinaro.
Everybody talks about Cleveland's offense, and Orff frequently gets overlooked. He is a key part of this club. He has 24 wins. They have 24 wins, every one of them with him in goal.
Tonight's officials, Steve Siomos, Thomas Lauer, and Blas Basorda, the assistant referee, who will serve off the field. Last time these teams got together, it was the second win in a row, Bob, for Canton.
That was in Canton by a count of 17-16. Heck of a game. Canton scored 3 goals in the final minute of the first half to take the lead of that one, and it went right down to the end.
Canton in the gray and Cleveland in the red. And Cleveland with a ball at midfield. Here comes Tommy Tanner. That's Zoran Karic, the #2 scorer in the league, who's too high with a shot. D'Annunzio knocked it away, but Zoran Karic had the opportunity up over the head of Frank Arlaski. Veteran goalkeeper, spent last year with the Kansas City Attack, his first season in Canton. Here comes the Shark out of the back. Up to Casamani across midfield. That's D'Annunzio, one of the defenders. Casamani gets by Tanner and goes to DeFlorio. Now Kia, and the ball headed away and controlled by Cleveland at midfield. Hector Marinaro tops in the league in scoring. And Zoran Karic's teammate, who is #2, he's 16 in the red, who plays the ball back. And now it comes to Marinaro, 21 in the red, so explosive. He has set almost every single season NPSL record this year. Canton dumps long in the Cleveland end. Glenn Carbonera, the defender #2, will get back and play it into Otto Orff. You were telling me about Otto's strong arm.
He has it. You didn't really see it there. He can throw it a lot farther and a lot harder there, and he'll pick up an assist now and then, especially with Karic or Marinaro hanging on at the other end.
The shot taken by Karic, turned aside by Frank Arlaski, and Denzel Antonio to midfield. Antonio, Kia, DeFlorio, they all have ties to Canton's storied NPSL past.
A couple of players on this Cleveland team do as well. Tim Tima and Joe Pavlik were both charter members of the Canton team. And Walt Schlotthauer was also a longtime Invader.
Gary Henley will be on microphone tonight for the Cleveland Crunch. Is he going to take it easy tonight, Bob? He's already have his playoff spot clinched.
You want to go in with good momentum, though. It's very difficult. If you ease up too much, you can develop some bad habits. And they want to try to win, but they also want to make sure no serious injuries occur in this game.
DeFlorio to Troy Edwards. Down in the corner. They try to get it back to Edwards. The shot hits a Cleveland player and is sent to midfield. A lobby can't control. Give it right back to Canton at midfield.
Edwards got all of that with the left foot, but knocked it a little bit wide.
We'll set the second line for you as they come out. Canton with the ball at midfield. Ken Pryor, a forward, controlling the ball high. Now he runs off your screen to go low. Edwards defensively with Keenan Michael. Michael with the ball. Dumps it for Mark Lucas in the corner. Lucas, a ball in front to Pryor, who misses wide to the left. That's Nassim Alabi with the ball for Cleveland on their second line with Mark Thomas up front. Thomas on the boards is fouled. Also Sean Medved, he's #11. The defenders, Walt Schlotthauer and Tim Bartrode. We've set the first 10 for both teams. Orff with his foot this time, trying to get it to Alabi. And Alabi pushed off to get position. Nassim Alabi, they don't talk much about him in Cleveland with Karic and Marinaro, but he's had quite a year.
He's over 100 points as well, and you can't ignore him. He is probably the main guy on this second line as far as the scoring goes. Lugris and Panessa for Canton on this line, teammates outdoors as well. They're both members of the Puerto Rican national team.
Arlaski back to midfield to Troy Edwards. Thomas can't get there. Lugris fights with Schlotthauer. And Canton in the gray. Troy Edwards just waits at midfield. He wants Kia to come back on. Can't get the ball. So the diminutive Canton forward was a lot tougher than his 5'5" stature.
That is definitely true. He gets knocked around a lot, but comes up asking for more.
You know, Trevor Dawkins, DeFlorio steals, Orff knocks the ball away with his hands, but he wasn't in the big white penalty area, the box in front of the goal. That's a 2-minute penalty.
Let's take a look at it here. Orff caught out of the box, nearly in trouble, and that was the only thing he could do. That was going in, I think, just inside the post. If he doesn't dive after that, This is going to give Canton a shootout attempt and a power play. The handball outside the box on Otto Orr. And the Cleveland backup keeper, Bill Andracki, will have to come in cold to face this shootout. Kia is one of the top shootout men in the league, and there it is.
And you see why. Otto Orff is best in the league at stopping the shootouts, but the person who commits the penalty has to go sit in the box, so Andracki comes in cold, like you said.
20th conversion out of 28 attempts this year for Kia.
Now, this gives us a good opportunity to explain the NPSL scoring system.
Let's take a look at the shootout. Look for the opening. He keeps it low, and Andracki just doesn't have a chance to react to it. I think Bill was expecting something a little higher.
All right, can you walk us through the scoring system? That's only 1 point for Canton when most goals are 2.
Shootouts and power play goals, should they get one on the power play, are worth 1 apiece. Your regular natural goals are 2 points apiece, and then anything beyond the yellow line and inside midfield, the 3-point goal. 3-point rule, just like basketball. If it's behind the line, it's 3.
Canton has the man advantage for 2 minutes on the power play. Denzel Antonio with the ball. Kia, Gino DeFloria, the go-to guys down low. They also have D'Annunzio and Casamani. Canton on the year, 32% success rate. That's 9th best in the league. Cleveland 9th best killing penalties as well at 61%. Antonio, he's got a big shot. He hit it hard, but Andracki turned it aside.
Andracki will feel that on the hands tomorrow morning.
Antonio to Kia in the right corner. Antonio reverses it on the left side. D'Annunzio back up high. I'd mentioned Kia's coach Trevor Dawkins earlier, who's in Buffalo this year. Antonio down to Kia. Dawkins was afraid when he got Kia at Canton to play him up front. He thought he'd get killed. He was so little.
Dawkins worked with him a lot in practice, with Trevor guarding him and really toughened the kid up at a young age.
A rebound in front. D'Annunzio puts in Kia's miss, and Canton is up by 2.
We talked about the 1-point power play goal. D'Annunzio puts in the rebound off of Kia's shot, and Canton up 2-0 as they convert both ends of the penalty. Andracki with the initial save, and when he got up, he was out of position. D'Annunzio had the whole half of the net to shoot at, and he did not miss.
So Canton leads by 2. We're only 4.5 minutes into the game. Oscar Pisano, the Canton coach. He's the underdog coming in tonight, but his team's in front early.
Oscar just became a United States citizen last week. In fact, in our NPSL Game of the Week last week, they had swearing-in ceremonies for him prior to the Canton home game against Kansas City.
Oscar's in a suit and tie tonight. He was in the sweats earlier in the year.
Oscar is the only player in the history of the league to have played all 9 years with the same team.
Shot by Cleveland into the crowd. Bob, how important is this game for Canton? Cleveland obviously can point to Buffalo next Friday night in the playoffs. What about Canton?
This is Canton's season in a lot of ways. It would be a feather in their cap if they could win this season series from Cleveland. It's even at 2 games apiece. And a big morale booster. And talking to a couple of the Canton players beforehand, Kia particularly saying, we want to do something positive before this season is over to build on for next year.
Our last key to Keenan Michael at midfield. It was a great shot we got of the banner that said go Canton earlier. This is banner night in Cleveland. There's some tremendous banners. I'm sure George Veras is going to show us many of them as the night goes on. But an interloper got in there. Ball loose in the corner, picked up by Cleveland. Here comes Tommy Cannon. Gives the ball to Carrick. They'll try to set up Marinaro in the left corner. Marco comes on the right side instead to Schlotto. There's Hector. Over 200 points. First ever in league history to do it. There's the second player to do it. Carrick also this year. Blocked back to midfield and out of play. Here's another NPSL rule to stimulate scoring. When the ball goes out of play, it's not, as in outdoor soccer, where it goes out.
Good hard shot by Carrick, the block by Panessa. That goes back in where it was knocked out, and in this case a lot closer to the goal than it would have been.
So this is a big scoring chance for Gary Henley's Cleveland team. Carrick. Down low to Schlotthauer. And Antonio fights to get the ball out to midfield, and Edwards will clear it out. Marshall for Cleveland. Tanner will bring it all the way back to defender Schlotauer. Schlotauer will go to the playoffs with Cleveland this year. He's got a ring from Canton.
Yes, he does. I think he's got a couple of them, actually.
There are a lot of Canton rings floating around. 5 of them.
A lot of them in Buffalo, too. A lot of the Buffalo team has several Canton Invader championship rings.
Troy Edwards at midfield. Back to Pryor. Edwards was just tired. That's why they didn't push forward. He wanted to come off. Now they'll go. Karlaski's shot caught by Orff, and zip, here it comes back the other way. What a gun on Otto Orff.
Yep, and Zoran Karic was there waiting for it. I think Kia got a little piece of that and disrupted it just enough that Karic was not able to do anything with it.
Here's Mark Thomas. Medved will run under the ball in the left corner. Cleveland is so deep in talent. Medved, right-footed shot sails. Sean Medved, a right-footed player, sails it high. Here's what's happened so far, Bob Bishop.
A pair of one-point goals for Canton, the shootout tally by Kia, and the power play goal on the same penalty by D'Annunzio, both set up by the handball outside the box call against Otto Orff.
Oscar Pisano's team in front by 2, and Frank Arlaski, his goalkeeper, will restart it. Next to Steve Siamos. Wonder how long Steve worked to get that hair in perfect shape. He knew it was national television tonight.
He does it more than the announcers, I think.
Arlaski has the ball knocked away. Medved to a lobby. Antonio stands his ground in the lobby. They're going to call Antonio for blocking and give Cleveland a restart.
Denzel made sure he got in the way and disrupted it, but a little too much.
Karic blocked by DeFlorio. D'Annunzio right back for Canton. Steals, intercepted. Carbonera, Cleveland. And Carbonera sets up Medved on the right side. Three-point try wide. Marinaro punched aside and off the crossbar by Arlaski.
And Arlaski is saying thank you very much to the crossbar as we speak. That's what we talk about how quickly Marinaro could get rid of a shot and really handcuff a keeper. Medved with a three-point effort. And then Marinaro, good move to shed Antonio. A little one-time volley right through Antonio's legs. And Arlaski very lucky to get a piece of that because he was screaming.
DeFlorio's restart blocked by Medved. We talked about how deep Cleveland is earlier. Sean Medved, what a player. Mark Thomas with a foul there. Medved right next to him, number 11. Could very well have gone with the United States national indoor team to Hong Kong, one of the best players in the country. And he can't even crack Cleveland's big three.
That says something about the talent level on this Cleveland club. They have the offensive guns, don't they?
Antonio steals, but it comes right back to Carbonera. Tanner to a lobby in the corner. Tanner may have embellished that collision.
A little bit. They let it go anyway because Cleveland had the advantage. This is indoor soccer. Thomas and DeFlorio saying hello to one another. Oh, dear.
I think the left hook to the face may have been what upset DeFlorio.
That would do it.
Antonio sails one long and out of play. 2-0 Canton. 6:23 left to go in the opening quarter.
Play with the soccer ball of the pros, Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Guaranteed for long-lasting high performance. Hand-stitched for superior quality, uniquely designed. Candace, the soccer ball of the pros. Available at soccer specialty stores everywhere. When soccer is the game, Candace is the name. Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Candace for your team or league. A soccer ball that's one kick ahead of all the others.
Crunch fans, playoff action comes to Cleveland this coming Sunday at 3:05 p.m. at the Cleveland State Convocation Center. Catch all the excitement as the Crunch takes on the arch-rival Buffalo Blizzards. Tickets are available for Sunday's game and for Wednesday's wrap-up contest, so order your tickets now.
It's crunch time in Cleveland. Crunch time. Stand up and shout. It's crunch time in Cleveland now. Crunch!
There are 13 teams in the National Professional Soccer League, but they only wear one brand of gear, Patrick. The NPSL is a league of fast-paced, exciting soccer, and the stars of the NPSL demand only the best. Whether it's Patrick jerseys, shorts, bags, warm-ups, shin guards, sandals, or shoes. So play like the pros of the NPSL and soccer players around the world. Insist on Patrick at your local sporting goods or soccer store. Patrick, the official supplier of the NPSL.
Canton 2, Cleveland nothing. 6:23 left to go in the opening quarter. There's Gary Henley in Cleveland.
If you're Cleveland, you've got to be looking at, hey, we've had some offensive opportunities. Haven't been able to put any of them away so far. You want to try to keep creating things, maybe use the space a little better. Canton, conversely, has done a pretty good job of taking away attacking space from Cleveland in the early stages of this game. Their big guns have not had a whole lot of ground to work with in the early stages. Canton has been able to do that at stretches. Their bugaboo has been 5-10 minute spans in a game where they give up goals in bunches, and that has plagued them all year long.
Cleveland restart. Otto Orff with the ball. Canton has played Cleveland this year. But Cleveland is 3 games behind first place Baltimore, but Canton, the last place team,
has won 2.
Yeah. You throw out Canton, a team you would expect Cleveland to beat if you look at the records. Cleveland might very well be the American Division champion.
Canton leads in shots by 1 right now, 7-6. Reflects a fairly even game.
Hey, you can outshoot a Cleveland team that has Carriage and Marinaro. Things are going your way.
Absolutely.
Lugris for Keenan Michael against Marinaro. And I'm sure Canton's delighted to see Hector Marinaro by his own goal.
Another thing Canton wants to do is control the ball in these times. Keep it away from those big guns on the Cleveland offense when they're on the floor. If they can control things until a shift change, it's a big plus. Here comes Cleveland.
Hustle of Troy Edwards. Ball knocked away from Tanner, but Carriage gets it back. Here he goes. He's still coming in the corner. Finally, Canton gets it away.
Took 3 guys to take the ball away from him.
Soren Carriage. He's averaged over 7 points a game, not in his last 5 or 10 games, in his last 26 games.
And he's still the number 2 scorer on the team.
If he hadn't have missed 7 games early in the year with an injured left knee,
that would have been a heck of a battle.
He still almost caught his teammate Marinaro. D'Annunzio for Canton. The ball sails out of play. Let me ask you a question, Bob, about the Cleveland-Buffalo series coming up. Canton, of course, has had such a great tradition. This year they're mired in last place. Buffalo's got all the Canton stars. Jamie Swanner, the Pikuzinski brothers. Does that mean the folks in Canton are going to be pulling for Cleveland since Buffalo may be the reason they're in last?
They may. Then again, they may look at the guys they know and start rooting for them. It might be an even split there from some of the Canton people that I have talked to. Swanner is one of the guys that the Invaders have missed a whole lot, and he was the big eraser. Erased a lot of mistakes, and some of those mistakes this year by Canton are appearing on the scoreboard.
Can people in Canton bring themselves to root for Cleveland?
Oh, yeah. A lot of Canton fans have rooted for this team, you know, when they were in the other league. Well, a lot of folks in this area, Northeast Ohio, are fans of both clubs. A lot of people have season tickets for both teams.
Orff. Ahead to midfield. Intercepted by Canton. They dump a ball in front. I don't think the same thing can be said for Baltimore and Harrisburg. I think that's going to be a wild series. Carriage turns his shoulder.
I'll tell you another one that's going to be a tough one, and that is the Wichita-St. Louis series. Those 2 teams both want a piece of each other.
We'll talk more at halftime about the playoffs, and we'll start it next Friday night here on Sports Channel. Cleveland and Buffalo. That may be the best series of the bunch.
That looks like an attractive matchup. I'd like to get to that game. Both teams can score. Both teams have outstanding skill. Both teams have excellent goalkeeping. I mean, what more can you want?
It's going to be a great one. Antonio to midfield. Although I don't want to shortchange Harrisburg and Baltimore. Back to our game. Let's get to Canton, Cleveland. Denzel Antonio, midfield. He was Canton's only all-star this year. As we said, it's been a tough year for the Invaders, but they're up by 2 in the early going. Sean Medved for Cleveland in the red. Good ball. Olabi winds up. Again, he hits too high. Cleveland, if the goal were 6 inches taller, be in front by 2.
Couple of crossbars, and Cleveland had an opportunity there too, and Thomas been able to hold the rebound. Here's the shot by Olabi off the crossbar. Now look at the opportunity Thomas would have had there if he was able to control the ball. That gaping wide net there.
Kazamani for Canton. Working against Medved, can't get by.
Kazamani has spent some years wearing Cleveland uniforms, both with this team and the defunct Cleveland Force.
Florio, wide of the goal, auto work, will pick it up again. Tanner to Marinaro at midfield and back. Again, they're close, but no cigar.
Just wide. Now, part of that is that Arlaski is doing a pretty good job cutting down angles and forcing them to shoot for the corners.
Canton again pushing the ball toward the Cleveland end. Bartrow backed up until he was in his own third, but Pryor will get it for Canton. Kenny Pryor's left ball just wide.
That looked like a carbon copy of what we've been seeing at the other end.
The reason Bartrow had to back up, you can't kick the ball back to your goalkeeper from outside the yellow line. It keeps the game moving forward. This is a game where not only is a 2-point lead nothing, over and over this year we've seen 10-point leads evaporate. Keenan Michael for the gray-shirted Canton Invaders. He's too high with it. And a goal kick. 2-0 Canton. 1:42 left in the first quarter.
A high cholesterol level is bad for you. On the other hand, there's good cholesterol. Does that remark confuse you too? Because there are many contradictory statements on health thrown at you every day, you need the Wellness Letter, the University of California, Berkeley newsletter on nutrition, fitness, and stress management. Delivered once a month, the Wellness Letter sorts out fact from fiction and makes the confusing understandable. Written in easy-to-read language. It's vital information the whole family can benefit from. Call today for your free issue and also receive free this 48-page book, Wellness Made Easy. 101 tips to start you on the wellness path now. Call 1-800-238-3100. We'll bill you $15 for 11 more issues. If you're not satisfied, return your bill marked cancel. You keep the free issue and the exclusive book, Wellness Made Easy. Call 1-800-238-3100. That's 1-800-238-3100.
Canton 2, Cleveland nothing. Bob, can you critique Cleveland's style of play?
Very close. Very close on a lot of offensive opportunities. The kind of opportunities, though, that you want to be putting away come playoff time because you may not get as many. Defensive games tend to be the order of the day and a lot tighter marking in the playoffs.
Are they laying back any, anticipating the playoffs?
If they are, I haven't noticed it. It looks like they're moving forward with great guns, especially number 16 and number 21. They only know how to go one way, toward the net.
Bingo. Karich will take the corner kick to the right of Frank Arlaski.
Dangerous situation if you're on defense here.
Karich is a magician with the ball. His first target is Marinaro up high. That's where he's going. Boom!
You can see that a mile away. Right out, one time. Ball was actually a little bit off the ground. Arlaski really didn't have a chance. Here it is again. Perfect, and right under the goalkeeper. We got there as quickly as he could, but he just could not get there in time.
Hey, Frank, don't feel bad.
Yeah, he's done
93.
He's done that to a lot of people this year.
93 goals on the season for Marinaro, an ongoing league record. And we're tied at 2.
Wonder how many goals they have combined on where one is scored and the other is assisted this year. I'll bet it's a bunch.
More than you'll see in the entire World Cup in '94. With a minute to go in the quarter, Cleveland spreads out, trying to get a ball to Medved, Thomas, or Alabi in front. Medved goes down. Thomas gets the ball. Foul on Thomas.
The explosiveness of the Cleveland offense evidence there. Canton had done a lot of things that they wanted to do. Here's some of the action along the boards. This is not for the timid, folks.
I thought soccer was a non-contact sport.
Tell these guys that.
Team it to Alabi. Nassim Alabi. Cleveland again spreads it out with 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Michael, he was pushed by Thomas. Canton keeps the ball.
Canton had done a lot of what they wanted to do through most of the period. Fought like all get out to hold that 2-0 lead, and then in the blink of an eye, it's gone. One pass and one swipe of the foot of Marinaro, and it's 2-2.
10 seconds to go in the quarter. The ball sails out of play with just 1 second left on the clock. Orff will start it. It's not like in basketball where if you take a shot and then it goes in, it counts. The entire ball must cross the goal line before time's out. He's not going to make it all the way down in a second, so he'll just roll it an inch forward. And he does. And at the end of one quarter in Cleveland, it's the home Crunch 2, the Canton Invaders 2.
Get enough of America's first World Cup? You will in Soccer America. How about our national team and the Olympics? Soccer America delivers.
I've been reading Soccer America ever since I went head-to-head against Pelé back in the 70s. I like Soccer America because it profiles personalities. It reports on the pro, college, women's, and international scenes, and focuses on the very pulse of soccer in America.
Call toll-free to learn more about Soccer America, the USA's only national soccer weekly. 18 issues, just $19.94. Call 1-800-453-6500 now.
There are 13 teams in the National Professional Soccer League, but they only wear one brand of gear, Patrick. The NPSL is a league of fast-paced, exciting soccer, and the stars of the NPSL demand only the best. Whether it's Patrick jerseys, shorts, bags, warm-ups, shin guards, sandals, or shoes. So play like the pros of the NPSL and soccer players around the world. Insist on Patrick at your local sporting goods or soccer store. Patrick, the official supplier of the NPSL.
First edition, all new Pacific's 1993 Premier Edition National Professional League trading cards. A complete set, 110 super high gloss cards featuring players from all 13 teams. Order this Premier Edition collector set today. Only $12.95, including shipping and handling, for all the action, all the stats, and all your favorite soccer stars. Order your official NPSL 110 card set now by calling toll-free 1-800-551-2002. Only $12.95. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Allow 4 to 6 weeks delivery. These cards are a kick.
Success in life is the result of preparation and having the right tools. To become the person you've always wanted to be, select Nordic Flex Gold. You provide the effort, and Nordic Flex Gold provides the means to your personal success. You want to develop the poise, confidence, and energy that come from a strong, toned body. And just like these people, you can have that body in just 12 weeks with Nordic Flex Gold. Some people spend a lifetime wishing for a great body. Now with Nordic Flex Gold, you can unlock your potential in as little as 12 weeks. Nordic Flex Gold features linear motion and patented isokinetic resistance, providing results fast, up to 70% faster than with rubber band machines or even free weights. Now is the time to act. Great muscle tone, 3 times faster fat loss, increased energy, as well as poise and confidence can all be yours in just 12 weeks with Nordic Flex Gold. To order or for more information, call now.
Your friend.
My friend?
Yeah, the one that you said that you asked if she could say everything I get, he tries to sell, you know?
No.
Oh, what a cute dog. You like it?
Anybody hear from Bill? He called Tuesday and said he couldn't decide whether he should buy or rent.
Literally, the dog just winding around and around her legs. Like, great deal.
At the end of the first, we're dead even, but it took Canton 2 goals, Bob Bishop, to Cleveland's 1.
There you have the shots, about even. Cleveland with a one-shot edge there. Goalie saves about even. Canton with the edge in blocks, and a lot of fouls on the Cleveland side of things.
Gary Henley's team got the 1 from Hector Marinaro.
Maybe eavesdropping on him now and again during this quarter.
Sorry, Gary, didn't mean to speak when you were. I don't think his players would listen to me anyway.
And I don't think he wants them to, or to me.
Hey, Gary's got this team going how he wants right now. They're the hottest team in the American Division. 8 out of their last 10 heading to the playoffs. Ball knocked away from DeFlorio. Here's Carriage. Dishes to Marinaro. Oh, nice kick save, Arlaski.
That looked very much like the first goal. It almost got under him. That time Frank able to get a piece of it.
Kia. Marinaro to Carriage again. Is it coming right back? Carriage tries to take it through. He almost got it in.
I think we could safely define that as a mad scramble for the ball.
Antonio the other way for Canton.
3-on-2.
Good ball to Kia. Saved by Orff.
Orff comes up big. That was a good opportunity.
Tanner leads the 3-on-2 to Carriage. And it rolled. Is it behind the white line? Yes! Goal!
Arlaski doesn't think so.
The goal judge never turned on the red light, but Steve Siamos in perfect position on the line threw up his hands and signaled goal. And of course the referee can overrule the guy in the box.
Take a look. The whole ball must cross the line. Let's see if it does.
Hey.
I think so. I think it went over. Very close.
You know what, Bob? No one's going to tell Steve that we credit him for getting down there. There he is, the head of officials in the NPSL.
They're going to disallow it. The goal. He talked to the goal judge, and they say no goal. The entire ball must be over. Let's look at it one more time.
I think I'm with Steve on that one. That looks like the ball's over.
The whole ball has to be over. Boy, it's very hard to tell from that angle. Very hard to tell.
Steve, Bob and I were stumping for you up here. They only tell the referees when we're picking on them. Kia's shot is deflected wide.
So it stays tied, much to the chagrin of the Cleveland faithful.
Ball will bounce high on the boards in front of the Cleveland bench. Antonio with a kick on Sean Medved.
I think Siamos asked the goal judge, and he said no, and he went with that.
Marchro for Cleveland gets the ball back. Cleveland's in the red. They're going to the playoffs. Canton, despite finishing first or second every year of their existence, this year will not be. Again, a foul whistled at midfield on DeFlorio and Canton. And Cleveland will take the ball. Otto can't use his hands out here, but he's not being pressured either. Thomas chests the ball into the corner. Good hustle from Alabi, back to Thomas. And Panessa will clear it to midfield. Ali Kazamani. Double team. Denzel Antonio. Not only go to the All-Star game this year, Bob Bishop, he goes all the time, doesn't he?
Just about every year. A couple of years ago, Antonio was the defender of the year. First player in the history of the league to have 80 points on the offensive end, 80 blocked shots on the defensive end in the same season.
Medved. Here he comes again, the amazing Mr. Carriage. What great skill with the ball. It's hard to take it from him.
When you overcommit, he'll make you pay.
Karich, Alabi, pokes it. Arlaski again equal. This year we had our first 100 season. 100 blocks, 100 points. Look at Arlaski again.
Gets a fingertip on the ball. Here's the breakaway.
Not this time. Marinaro won't miss from there. And it's 94 and counting.
Marinaro one-on-one on the keeper. Marinaro's going to win most of those. And Hector won that one. Edwards is the guy who's going to get his pocket picked. And Marinaro one-on-one on Arlaski. I think Arlaski would have bet the farm he was going to shoot to Frank's left-hand side, and he's able to turn around, put the ball the other way. And it's 4-2 Cleveland.
Keenan Michael for Canton gets under the ball. And it sails high in the crowd.
Cleveland and Canton at opposite ends of the standings, but tonight it's been a heck of a game thus far. Cleveland with a 1-goal lead by the count of 4-2. The other side, Wichita has won the National Division. They'll meet St. Louis in round 1. Kansas City and Chicago, that could be a very interesting playoff series as well.
At halftime, we'll preview the playoffs. Hey, can I get you a prediction match at halftime?
We'll talk about it. Sure.
Orf to midfield.
My hope is that everyone will forget what I say by the time the series are over.
Orf, ball headed away again by Canton. His own yellow light cooling, sends the ball back into the Canton third. Edwards heads it up. Tanner intercepts. Whistle stops action. The ball hit the banner up high?
I am not sure. Couldn't have been over and back. It went off of the Cleveland player.
Tommy Tanner's not sure either.
Cleveland has outshot Canton in this quarter 6-1.
We have a microphone on Cleveland coach Gary Hinland. Things are going his way right now. He hasn't had to do much coaching. He's content to let him play. Orf for Hector Marinaro. He has 2 goals already. Schlauer charges Lucas to win the ball. Tommy Tanner hustles down again, bangs one off the boards, and he goes off the boards himself.
Ball is spending much more time in the Canton third of the field than their coach Oscar Pisano would like in this quarter. First quarter, a lot of the time the ball was at midfield or in the Cleveland end. This much time in the Canton zone cannot be good news if you're on defense for Canton.
Karich again. Is he coming up high to Hector Marinaro? I would. He does. And that one on a bounce sails high into the crowd.
But they will try that again before the night is over. Shots were about even in the first, but not so far in this one. It has been much to Cleveland's favor. They have got the 1 goal and came very close to getting a second one.
And Frank Arlaski, the goalkeeper for Canton. Unfortunately for him, the majority of the shots have not been like that last Hector Marinaro sailing floater. They've been right at him.
Frank didn't have to work very hard on that last one.
He's earned a break.
Yep.
Here comes Arlaski. To D'Annunzio. There's a contrast in size. Frank Arlaski to little Bobby D'Annunzio. D'Annunzio's only 5'5", Arlaski 6'1", and they say 180. I need that scale.
That's about right, maybe.
By that scale, I wouldn't have to diet. He's a big fella. There's Thomas. Knocked away D'Annunzio.
D'Annunzio may be small, but he's a tough customer. He has the league record for consecutive games played, a streak that's still active, 264 in a row, including tonight.
Medved for Cleveland. And the momentum is swung to the Cleveland Crunch.
We talked about it a minute ago. The ball, if you're Canton, is spending way too much time in their defensive third of the field. Medved kind of gets it out of a scrum of players and one-times it, and Arlaski has very little chance to react to it. Right out to Medved, had the little opening between 2 defenders, and it's a 6-2 game.
Those I have not seen before, but they're happy in Cleveland as the Crunch has gone in front of the Invaders 6-2. I'm picking up some of those soccer ball ears for the kids before we get out of here. Cover for me at halftime. Casameda to D'Annunzio. Canton needs to get the momentum back going their way.
I'll cover for you, but only if you buy me a pair.
Consider it done. Here we go. 3-on-1. To Florio. Canton chested toward the goal. And Carbonaro kick it all the way back into the Canton third for Frank Arlaski, the Invader goalkeeper. Denzel Antonio ahead to Kia. There's another small player, 5'5". Maybe part of the charm of soccer and why so many young people are playing it. You don't have to be 7 feet to play soccer. Kia, the right corner. Great pass off the boards to himself. No! Orff turns it aside. Antonio tries to muscle in, cannot. Cleveland's goalkeeper Otto Orff picks it up and flings a ball on a line 150 feet.
Two-on-two here.
Panessa. Ball flicked away. Who is that back playing defense for Cleveland? Number 16, Zoran Karic got back to knock that one away. That'll make coaches smile. When you have someone over 200 points who's back in his own penalty area playing defense. Orff catches, hangs on, it goes to Marinaro. Thomas Lauer had to dance out of the way of that one. We told you Orff had a strong arm. Heads up at all times. DeFlorio makes a nice move. Gino shot, just wide, followed. Punched aside by Orff. He'll head it to midfield. Here he comes. This will bring the crowd to their feet. Orff winds up. It's blocked. Now he's in trouble. Can Canton get it to midfield? It's an open net. DeFlorio. Orff gets back. DeFlorio off the boards. What a move! Score!
Beautiful effort by Gino DeFlorio. Orff got back, but I don't know that he was really ready to play his position after the long run.
Beautiful!
DeFlorio has such nice skill with the ball. Panessa gets it over to him. Orff has just gotten comfortable, and boom, off the wall to himself, and DeFlorio makes it a 6-4 game. Here it is again. No room to pass to anybody else. We'll try it off the wall, get it back, and there's the goal.
Otto Orff says I ran all the way back for this. 6-4, Canton's right back in it.
Play with the soccer ball of the pros, Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Guaranteed for long-lasting high performance. Hand-stitched for superior quality, uniquely designed. Candace, the soccer ball of the pros. Available at soccer specialty stores everywhere. When soccer is the game, Candace is the name. Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Candace for your team or league. A soccer ball that's one kick ahead of all the others.
Crunch fans, playoff action comes to Cleveland this coming Sunday at 3:05 p.m. at the Cleveland State Convocation Center. Catch all the excitement as the Crunch takes on the arch-rival Buffalo Blizzard. Tickets are available for Sunday's game and for Wednesday's wrap-up contest, so order your tickets now.
It's crunch time in Cleveland. Crunch time. Stand up and shout. It's crunch time in Cleveland now. Crunch!
First edition, all new Pacific's 1993 Premier Edition National Professional League Trading Cards. A complete set, 110 super high gloss cards featuring players from all 13 teams. Order this Premier Edition collector set today. Only $12.95 including shipping and handling for all the action, all the stats, and all your favorite soccer stars. Order your official NPSL 110 card set now by calling toll-free 1-800-551-2002. Only $12.95. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Allow 4 to 6 weeks delivery. These cards are a kick.
Gino DeFlorio's goal pulls Canton back within 2.
175 points on the year. He will finish third in the league scoring chase. Marinaro with the Cleveland goal that tied it in the first quarter, and then he put Cleveland up. Medved gave them the 6-2 lead And Kia and D'Annunzio with the 2 one-pointers off the same penalty, and then DeFlorio with the one we just saw.
Hey, DeFlorio may be third in the league scoring race, but let's be honest, that's a Ross Perot third. That's not like a close third. He needs a bust to catch Marinaro and Carriage.
That's true. He had nice wheels on that play, didn't he?
Beautiful goal. Medved keeps it alive for Cleveland to a lobby. Goes Medved down the right boards, dances through 2 players. The third, Edwards knocks it away. Mark Thomas, he's banged to the boards by Pryor. Keeps it alive. Now Canton finally wins the ball. Lugris can't get it into his goalkeeper, so Edwards will play it up to midfield. Pryor stolen.
Even when Cleveland isn't controlling the ball, they're cutting off passes in their offensive third. And again, Cleveland has had much the better in terms of time of possession in scoring position in this period.
Thomas, kick save by Arlaski. Lugris can't clear it out, but he's fouled. Canton has the ball.
There's the quick feet of Sean Medved around the first defender. Cut it back off the boards around the second. And Edwards knocks it away before he can do any more harm.
Marinaro again. Sliding tackle by Michael knocked it away. Hector again. But Lugris is his equal. Marinaro one more time. Schlothauer.
He has a big left foot.
On a deflection, no. Hat trick, Marinaro.
If anybody wonders how he got to be the league scoring leader, we're seeing it tonight. Schlothauer with a drive, deflected by a defender, off the boards, and Marinaro Johnny on the spot to put it back home.
2 with his feet, now 1
with a noggin. This is a pretty goal. Let's look at it again. Defender gets a piece. Arlaski can't react in time, and Marinaro heads it in.
Give Marinaro 95 on the season. Orff picks it up. 100 would seem unlikely, but not impossible. Soren Carriage, boom, wide to the right. Knocked down, Arlaski can't get it back. Antonio has it stripped away by Tima. Down to midfield. Kazamani, 3-on-2. Here's Kia, over to DeFlorio. No, Orff knocked it away.
It was out of the box.
And it'll be another shootout try. Second time tonight, Orff's been whistled.
Orff, second time, the handball outside the box. This one was a little closer than the first one. Here it is. They have a 3-on-2. Now it becomes a 2-on-1 as he pushes it ahead to Kia, and clearly you can see that he is outside the box. If Kia is able to cut the ball across, there was a tap-in on the left side for Lugris.
Kia again against Andracki. He's 1 for 1. 1 for 2.
Andracki a little less aggressive coming out that time, and Kia didn't have as much of an angle to shoot at. Look how close Andracki was to the net that time. He came out a little bit more on the previous one. Oscar Pisano is used to Kia putting those away. They will see if they can go 2 for 2 on the power play. Cleveland leading by 4.
We told you the first time, Canton 9th in the league scoring them, Cleveland 9th keeping them out, and we said Canton's power play. This time Cleveland's penalty killers. Nassim Alabi at the top of the wall, Marinaro and Carbonera on the wings, Tim Tima at the back. Kazamani, Antonio, D'Annunzio up high for Canton again. DeFlorio and Kia are down low. To Kia. Antonio hits a rocket that's punched aside by Andracki. Here comes Alabi. He's quick. Alabi slowed down. Nassim Alabi leads the league in scoring when the other team has a man advantage. He's put it in the net a remarkable 5 times. Denzel Antonio. Yellow line. Kicked out by Hector. Marinaro doing it all. 3 goals on offense. on defense on the penalty killing unit.
There's Orff in the box for the second time tonight.
Kia, can he get it through? D'Annunzio back in front to Florio, won't go. And Hector Marinaro slides it again to midfield.
Cleveland did a good job plugging up the front of the goal there and disrupting them just enough to force the shot wide.
Again, they get it to Kia in the right corner. Casamani back to Antonio. D'Annunzio on the left wing, comes to the corner, Kia again. In front, cleared by Cleveland. Antonio's rocket hit the glass on top of the goal.
If you're wondering about the NPSL rules on the power play, even though that was outside the three-point line, it would have only been one had it gone in.
Nifty save from Andraki. Corner kick for Canton.
11 seconds left in the penalty. Casamani got it up high, and Andraki going up to deflect it over the top of the glass.
Antonio with the ball. What's he want to do right here? Who's he looking for?
There are a couple of options. I think his number one option is Kia on the far corner. If that's not open, you might look for the near pass to Casamani and then a wall feed off to DeFlorio.
Antonio to Kia. Oh, it's Marinaro again with a block. Can we wrap up our player of the game voting already?
It's going to be hard to top that man.
Marinaro's making a strong case.
Penalty's over.
So Canton now playing for 2 points again. The Florio shot won't go. Marinaro just lost it all the way back into Canton third. Some tired legs for Canton right now. They haven't been able to get the power play group off. They've been on 3 minutes. Casamani. See if he'll pull the ball out and try to get some fresh legs out there. Now he wants to attack with Kia to DeFlorio. Kia's shot is deflected over the glass and out of play.
Let's take a look at Marinaro. You try to stop the shot with any part of your body you can. The face is the last option. That's the one Hector used on that play, but he kept it out of the net. Now Orff is going to come back in goal now. Let's look at it again. There's a save by Andraki. That was after the Marinaro block. Look at Orff and Marinaro saying, "Hey, nice job. You got all your teeth still there, Hector?"
It was Mark Thomas of Cleveland who lost the teeth earlier this year. 8-4 Cleveland.
To unlock your body's potential, we proudly offer Soloflex. 32 old-fashioned iron-pumping exercises, each correct in form and balance, all on a simple machine that fits in the corner of your home. Soloflex, now only $39 a month. Call for a free brochure.
Expert advice and valuable information are at your fingertips every month in the pages of Field & Stream. From which lures work best to late-season deer tactics, Field & Stream is the magazine that brings the outdoors home to you. Call now to get 15 action-filled issues of Field & Stream for only $14.95, a savings of over 50%, and this handsome, sturdy field bag free. Be a part of the Field & Stream tradition. Call today to enjoy your free field bag and over 50% savings on America's #1 outdoor magazine, Field & Stream.
8-4 Cleveland. Canton with the corner kick, though, in front of the Cleveland goal. The Invaders in gray. Lucas' shot blocked by Tanner. And Tim Tebow will dump the ball again all the way back to the Canton side of the field. Marinaro, uh-oh, score!
Right through the wicket, I believe.
96.
That's 4 for Marinaro. He takes it off the wall, able to spin away from Edwards, and yep, right through the legs of Arlaski. We talked about his accuracy, and there you saw it. Right down low. Tough place for the goalkeeper, especially a tall guy, to get down to it. And it's 10-4 Cleveland.
There are two schools of thought on Marinaro. One is that he has the most accurate shot in the league. The other is that he scores so much because he shoots so much. He's a runaway leader in terms of shots taken. Tonight, the argument, I think, would be for the point.
Hey, if I'm Cleveland, I'll get on that horse and ride it as far as it'll go. He wants to shoot the ball 50 times a game. I'll let him do it.
Karich, who's not a bad marksman himself. Mark Lugris for Canton. Up to Kenny Pryor. Edwards overshoots Lugris.
Tima gets the assist on the last Marinaro goal.
Here comes Zorin again. Nope. Zorin goes down. Not enough contact to warrant a call on Keenan Michael.
I think Savage embellished that one a little bit, too.
Kenny Pryor, number 8. The number 7, Franco Panessa at midfield. Here comes Panessa down the left boards. Panessa on top of the arc. Nice step over move.
Good marking by Schlotthauer. There was no room for him to shoot.
Couldn't shake him. Schlotthauer again on Panessa at halftime. A preview of the playoffs. First game you'll see next Friday night. Cleveland and Buffalo. Also, we'll talk to Steve Siomos about the disputed goal at halftime. And a chance to go inside the locker rooms, which I think is one of the most exciting features of pro sports. Karich for a lobby, you bet.
Cleveland catches him in the counterattack. It turns into a 2-on-1. And now here is Karich with all kinds of space to work with. Olabi has more, and he does not fail.
Nassim Olabi with 114 points on the year. Third best on the Cleveland team.
And Arlaski is absolutely hung out to dry.
Wasn't it close just a minute ago?
A minute ago it was 6-4. Now it's 12-4. Karich with the assist. And those guys are trying to get themselves organized.
They try and push forward in there, it'll leave it open. But if they don't,
here's Gary Henley on the Cleveland men.
Don't give them a goal before the half. That's what we want to do. Don't give them a goal before the half, guys. Come on.
Just 1 minute.
Concentrate. Just don't give them some.
1 minute and 11 seconds left before the half.
You okay now? All right, we go line 1. Line 1's going to go. Marco, take last shift for Tommy. All right, midfield, line 1. Sean, your change is Marco if he comes.
Doesn't matter how old the song is, you play Louie Louie, they'll dance from 2 to 92. Doesn't hurt either, I think, Bob Bishop, when your team's ahead 12-4.
That doesn't hurt at all. Very few people in that picture were even thought about when that song was recorded.
Cleveland's strategy right now, you heard Gary Henley, with now exactly a minute to go in the first half. This team's gone up by 8. Don't let Canton get one. Florio off the boards again this time, or cuts down the end. Nice steal, Antonio. DeFlorio turns, staying with it. Carbonero knocked the ball away. So Marinaro. Antonio will knock the ball from him.
So dangerous.
30 seconds. Kia. Running onto it, D'Annunzio for 3. Just wide. Antonio's got to get this ball. He does. Now they can attack 4-on-3. Kia. In front to Nunzio. He's got a shot. No. Blocked by Tima. And the league's all-time leader in blocks. Gets into his goalkeeper inside 10.
D'Annunzio wanted to feed that far post. DeFlorio was open down there, but Tima denied it.
It's halftime in Cleveland, and the home team is way up. The Crunch 12 and Canton 4. Halftime activities, including a visit to the locker room, a playoff preview, and a talk with Steve Siamos on the disputed goal, all coming up.
If you're tired of sore muscles after a workout, if you're having trouble finding the energy to get you through your busy schedule, or if you're looking for the competitive edge that can help you get into better shape, then right now is the time to get up and go with Go, the great-tasting high-performance muscle recovery shake from the inventor of Gatorade. Clinical tests with world-class athletes have shown that muscles which normally take 24 hours to recover were repaired in only 6 hours with Go. Call this number now and get 18 Goes and a box of 12 Go Slender Bars. That's a $47 value for just $24.95 plus shipping and handling. So, whether you train for competitive sports or work out to lose fat and stay in shape, your chance to have the body you want just got a lot better with Go. But hurry, this is a special limited time offer, so call now. Don't let sore muscles and fatigue get you down. Get up and go.
Welcome back to Cleveland. It's Cleveland with a late explosion in the first half, on top by a score of 12-4. Let's go inside the Cleveland locker room and listen in on Coach Gary
Unless
Henley.
you find somebody that you can play to their feet, then get it forward. But I told you that movement is going to confuse them. Getting behind people, getting it off the borders. All right? And then just keep your head up. Because they're going to have to, the first 5 minutes, chase the ball a lot to get back into the game. Just let the ball work for you. Penalty killing was tremendous. Billy, way to take us out of there.
I didn't realize it was that complicated. I thought his whole strategy was just get it to Hector.
That's not a bad strategy. They also want to make sure they don't give up any goals early. This is a team that can score in bunches, and Canton has been a team that's been plagued by giving up goals in bunches all year. Both of those things happened at the end of the second quarter.
Let's talk about the playoffs, which come up, the 93 playoffs. Baltimore and Harrisburg, Cleveland and Buffalo in the American Division, while Wichita and St. Louis, Kansas City and Chicago will play in the National Division. Bob Bishop will analyze each series for us and take us through. Let's start with Baltimore, first in the American against fourth place Harrisburg.
Two teams almost as close together geographically as the two that we are watching tonight. Baltimore, Goran Hunyak, Rusty Troy, outstanding offense out of that pair. Franklin McIntosh is the big gun for the Harrisburg Heat. Goalkeeping and who is hot may play a role in that one.
You want to take a guess on who's going to come out of it?
I think you've got to like Baltimore.
I'll take Harrisburg. I don't want to play them. Cleveland, Buffalo, the next series.
Another good series. Both teams with excellent offensive guns. The Pekazinski brothers on the side of Buffalo, Doherty as well. Cleveland with the guys that we've been watching all night tonight. I would favor the Cleveland Crunch in that one. This one could go the limit.
That'll be the first game we see on Sports Channel. In the National Division, Wichita finished first. They take on St. Louis.
Two teams that don't like each other a whole lot. Wichita goalkeeper Chris Feet injured in a game against St. Louis in a situation that a lot of the Wichita people didn't care for. They've been playing well with a backup goalkeeper, however, and I'll pick the Wings in that one.
And the other one, Kansas City and Chicago. I just flat out guarantee you this one's going to be a war.
It will be. Kansas City has some outstanding scoring punch. They could have 4 players over 100. Bobby Joe Esposito needed 5 points coming into today. To get that, Chicago power, they've got some outstanding scoring. Pato Marhetic. Good series. I will give a slim edge to Kansas City.
All right, I'll take 2 underdogs to win, Chicago and Harrisburg in the first round. Our TV game, the first one you'll see in the playoffs, Friday night, April 2nd, Cleveland at Buffalo. And I guess I agree with you. I think it'll be a great series, but Cleveland may well do it. When we come back, we'll talk to Steve Siamos the head referee who's working tonight's game about a controversial call in the first half.
Want the bald facts about hair loss? It's not some dread disease. The problem is you just don't look as good. Me, I spent over $1,000 on this hair piece so people could snicker behind my back. Minoxidil cost me $50 a month and I still couldn't see results. Hair transplants? That's thousands of dollars in surgery. And now there's even spray paint. Hey, this isn't a piece of furniture, it's my head. Finally, one of my actor friends mentioned Couvray. Hollywood's known this secret for years, he said. It's the one recommended by doctors because it can't clog your pores. So I get some Couvray and I try it. It's so natural looking, no one could possibly tell. This is me without Couvray. And here I am with Couvray. Amazing, isn't it? Couvray is a gentle cream specially formulated to darken your scalp, neutralize its shine, and thicken your remaining hair. And look, it's completely waterproof. That spray stuff rubs off and comes off in water, but not Couvray. It's so undetectable, all you see is hair. Here's my friend Gil before, here's Gil after, and here's the comparison. This is Bruce before, here's Bruce with Couvray, and here's the side-by-side. And look at this. Yes, Couvray's great for women, too. Here's Millie before and after. Couvray costs about $5 a month. You'd pay up to 8 times as much for the leading spray. And if you don't like Couvray, they'll refund every penny. You have nothing to lose except the look of thinning hair. So get Couvray. It works.
For rush delivery, call 1-800-882-8600. That's 1-800-882-8600. Or send $19.95 for your 3 to 4 month supply of Couvray, plus $4.50 shipping to Couvray, 10 Bay Street, Westport, Connecticut.
It's Cleveland 12, Canton 4 at the half. One of the turning points early in the game, a Cleveland goal that was disallowed. And unlike other leagues where the referees are cloistered, they're willing to talk in the NPSL. The shot, does it cross the line as it goes through the legs of Frank Arlaski? He scoops the ball from this angle. It looks as if it may have. The goal was first counted and then disallowed. And standing by, Steve Siomos, the referee who made the call. Steve, what happened on the goal as you saw it?
Well, I confirmed with the goal judge. As you know, the ball has to entirely cross the line to be a goal. So I confirmed with the goal judge. He says the ball never did cross the line, so we disallowed the goal.
Was it a tough call to make? You're in Cleveland. You took a goal away from the home team.
No, not at all. That was the right call, and that's what counts.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to come out and talk to us. Steve, can you see the monitor to watch the actual goal again?
Yes.
Can you describe for us from this angle what you're seeing?
Okay, here goes the ball. It's still on the line. The whole ball must press the line. Did not cross the line. So it's not a goal.
Steve Siomos took the goal away from Cleveland. As it turned out, they got a bunch more later. And again, Steve, we want to thank you very much for coming out and talking to us and explaining what happened.
You're welcome.
All right. Steve Siomos, the referee in tonight's game, who comes out. The second half, Canton really needs to get rolling in a hurry because Cleveland is so dangerous when they get ahead, Bob, that they can bury a team in a hurry.
Well, and they're in a tough situation because Canton has to push the ball forward. They need to attack. And when you do that, you leave yourself open to the counterattack, similar to the last goal that they gave up. They need to attack, but they need to do it carefully and make sure they don't dig themselves a deeper hole than the one they're already in.
The second half of action coming up, Cleveland and Canton from the Cleveland State Convocation Center.
Play with the soccer ball of the pros, Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Guaranteed for long-lasting high performance. Hand-stitched for superior quality, uniquely designed. Candace, the soccer ball of the pros. Available at soccer specialty stores everywhere. When soccer is the game, Candace is the name. Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Candace for your team or league. A soccer ball that's one kick ahead of all the others.
Crunch fans, playoff action comes to Cleveland this coming Sunday at 3:05 p.m. at the Cleveland State Convocation Center. Catch all the excitement as the Crunch takes on the arch-rival Buffalo Blizzard. Tickets are available for Sunday's game and for Wednesday's wrap-up contest, so order your tickets now.
It's crunch time in Cleveland. Crunch time. Stand up and shout. It's crunch time in Cleveland now. Crunch!
There are 13 teams in the National Professional Soccer League, but they only wear one brand of gear, Patrick. The NPSL is a league of fast-paced, exciting soccer, and the stars of the NPSL demand only the best. Whether it's Patrick jerseys, shorts, bags, warm-ups, shin guards, sandals, or shoes. So play like the pros of the NPSL and soccer players around the world. Insist on Patrick at your local sporting goods or soccer store. Patrick, the official supplier of the NPSL.
Cleveland up 12-4. Remember those little soccer ball thingies that we liked earlier, Bob?
There you go.
That's not just your average fan. That's Scott DeVolt, who's running the game production tonight for Cleveland.
I like those. Shots on goal evened up at the end of the half, but even as Canton was evening that up, Cleveland was pulling away with the late goals and the 8-point lead. Blocks, fouls are about even. 9 of the 10 Cleveland fouls were in the first quarter. Only 1 in the second period.
The only stat that isn't close right now is the scores. Cleveland's way ahead. You made a great point, Bob. The thing to watch for as we start the third quarter is where Karich and Marinaro end up when Canton goes forward.
As Canton tries to push it up, at least one and maybe both are going to be laying back looking for the long outlet. And I know Frank Arlaski is painfully aware of that, and his teammates have to be careful.
Canton in gray with the ball. They trail by 8 or 4 goals, as each goal counts 2. That's Ali Kazamani to Bobby D'Annunzio down the left boards. Tanner strips it from him, and Cleveland's going to come 3-on-2. Tanner, Karich, and Marinaro. Hector missed. Would have been his 5th.
And he didn't miss by much.
Key on the counterattack, pushes it to Kazamani. He has DeFlorio in front of him. Knocked away by Marinaro, back into Orr.
And already you see Karich at the other end looking for the long outlet.
Knocked away by Kazamani. Marinaro went back and played defense. Karich stayed down. Let's see if he stays by that yellow line, which is Cleveland's attacking zone.
If he comes up, look for Marinaro to go the other way.
There he goes. Marinaro to Karich. The first 2 players in league history over 200 points. The teammates did it the same season. Arlaski punches it aside.
Good save through a screen.
Tima for Cleveland. He's wearing the captain's armband in the absence of George Fernandez tonight. DeFlorio working his way in. Saved by Orr the other way. Again, Karich. Oh, what a move. Pokes it in.
I don't know if Cleveland is doing a highlight film, but if they are, they're getting a lot of material for it tonight.
You know, no offense to Canton. It's tough to stop these guys, but Zoran Karich and Hector Marinaro can make you look about as ridiculous as you can look on TV without appearing on Geraldo, of course, when they go on offense.
Right through the legs of Antonio.
Man.
Again, Arlaski is hung out to dry, and Karich does not miss when he gets the opportunity. And if he needed him, Marinaro was coming in from the left point and was open.
Through 2 sets of legs, the last being the goalkeepers. They are so good.
Marinaro with the assist.
Very little margin for error there, but it didn't bother Karich.
Both of those guys have such great skill when they've got the ball.
Tim Bartrow for Cleveland. 13-10 left. That's in the third quarter. Cleveland has now stretched its lead to 10. Mark Thomas in the right corner. Ball taken away by Edwards. Foul on Chopper.
And Chopper chopped him in the back of the legs that time as he was looking to flick the ball free, and he did, but he got the Cleveland player in the legs at the same time.
Karich to Bartrow too high. and it's a skull kick for Frank Arlaski. Cleveland Crunch, Friday night, against the Buffalo Blizzard. You think Buffalo's watching this one with a little trepidation?
Their goalkeepers are, I'll tell you that.
Hey, Buffalo's got one of the best in Jamie Swanner. You know, we
started 39 of their 40 games. Last year he started all 40 games for Canton.
All year long we've been talking about the great goalkeepers. We've been talking about, I really like Carlos Pena in Dayton. Swanner's one of the great ones. But Otto Lohr from Cleveland leads the league in wins. How come we don't mention Otto in the same breath with these other guys?
It's like Joe Namath in the old New York Jets. Everybody thinks about Namath in the offense. Everybody forgets that there was a great defense on that football team, too, and there's a great goalkeeper on this Cleveland team.
Pryor has the ball stripped away by Medved and takes it right back.
Kenny Pryor's a local kid, product out of Akron University, native of Pennsylvania.
Ball deflects into the crowd and give it back to Canton again outside the yellow line. Mark Luker's expression on his face tells it all tonight, doesn't it?
It's been that kind of a night so far.
Where'd they go? I think they went that way toward the goal.
There have been a number of occasions where Canton has looked to figure out where the ball is, and it was in the back of the net.
Troy Edwards had a nice shot from three-point range, but here comes a lobby for Cleveland. Luker's slowed him on the boards. And Pryor intercepts and comes the other way for Canton. Pryor off the boards, but no one there but Bartro for Cleveland. Here comes Karich again, and Marinaro now with the ball. Number 21, Hector Marinaro, going for his 5th goal of the night, is wide to the right. Number 16, Karich, his teammate. Shot blocked into the corner. Marinaro pushed out of the way by Keenan Michael. Team ahead to Karich. What a nice ball. There's space. Here's Karich. Michael with a nice recovery defensively for Canton. Number 7, Franco Panessa. Where are his offensive players? Here comes one of them, D'Annunzio. Canton's making a line change. They'll have to hold the ball.
Cleveland with a 10-point lead. And we get the foul on Tima.
That's nothing new for him. We said earlier the all-time leader in blocks, all-time leader in games played, penalty minutes. Some of the stats to be proud of.
Bounced around a few different places. He's from the Cleveland area, played for Canton, played for Milwaukee, with Illinois last year, and now with Cleveland.
The esteemed commissioner of the NPSL, Steve Paxos, swings by. Key shot, saved by Orton.
And a good one it was. And then Tima got a good block on the follow.
Steve Paxos is all smiles. You'd be smiles too if your league not only went over 1 million in attendance this year, but made double the all-time attendance mark. When you count the playoffs, there he is, smile. He has a sharp tie on as always. The commissioner, Steve Paxos, his league may well double its attendance record of last season at 1.4 million this year when you count the playoffs. A shot by Casamani won't go. And the ball is knocked away. We have one of Cleveland's local personalities. Steve Paxos is giving the headset over. He'll get the assist to John. Little John, how are you?
Fine. How you doing tonight? I'll tell you, it's an excellent game they're having out there tonight. Great game for the end of the season. Everybody's getting to see Hector score as many goals as he wants.
You blink, you're going to miss Hector scoring a goal.
Yeah, almost there again.
Arlaski got another one. People in Cleveland seem to have taken to the crunch this year. You got another nice crowd on a game that, in effect, you could say is meaningless since Cleveland's already clinched the playoffs.
That's right, and you know, it's a good crowd considering that the other team in town, the Cavs, are playing at the Coliseum and the NCAAs are on. So that's a good crowd. So you got to give the Cleveland fans a lot of credit.
Cleveland's upset because of a penalty called against them. But first, we want to know what you've got on TV for us this week.
Oh, this week, besides our nonsense, we have a pretty good show on tonight. So, and every week we'll have a good show, always for Cleveland. But Cleveland fans, like the Crunch, and I hope they come out next year and support them just like they did this year, and bring a friend.
I know your answer, but I got to ask, who do you like in the playoffs?
Oh, it's got to be the Crunch.
There's a surprise. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming by.
The penalty was a holding call on Carbonaro.
And this time it's DeFlorio taking the shootout. Who puts it in? Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Steve.
And Canton gets its 5th point of the game. DeFlorio took the shootout that time.
Gino, similar move to one we saw Marinaro make on a breakaway goal, where it looks like he's going to cut the ball to one side, sends it back the other way. Here we look from high atop the goal, and you think it's going left, and all of a sudden it's going right. The shootout at 4:58 of the period makes it a 14-5 game.
DeFlorio had an earlier goal, a great pass off the boards to himself. And as you mentioned, Bob, it's been a tough year for Canton fans, but DeFlorio's having a great individual season. Canton has the power play and a man advantage, but Cleveland has Carriage and Marinaro on the pitch right now. How do you like that? 4-on-5, and they're attacking.
You can afford to do that when you're up 9. And this team is one that if they get you down, they'll go for the jugular.
They're attacking with a man short. This is a team brimming with confidence as they head to the playoffs. They're going to be tough to catch. Everyone's expected of Cleveland all year. The other coaches picked them to win the division in the preseason poll.
They're going to be a load for anybody in the postseason.
Annunzio to Kia. I would not be surprised to see Cleveland get out of the American division. Antonio winds up. Kia can't hit it. D'Annunzio settles it. Dribbles one in front. No. Although, to be honest, when the playoffs start, I think in the American division, even the 4th seed Harrisburg has a realistic chance of getting to the finals.
One reason, you look at that Baltimore-Harrisburg series, they played 3 games in 3 days. Harrisburg, maybe a little bit younger team, a little fresher legs. If I'm Baltimore, I want to try to get it done. I don't want that to go to the 3rd game. The 3rd game might favor the guys from Pennsylvania.
Soren Carriage at midfield. Whoops. Taken down by Gino DeFlorio. And sorry, this is why you do that to me. he's already glaring before he hits the ground.
He hasn't even gotten up yet, and he's taking a look to see who did that.
8:49 left in the 3rd. Canton is down by 9 points.
That may be the only way to stop him.
And Canton is going to try to gear it up again on the power play. They have about 40 seconds left. Cleveland's not going to let him. Marinaro chips one for Tommy Tanner. Antonio knocks it away into Frank Arlaski. Arlaski's wearing a different colored shirt this half in goal than he wore the first half, Bob.
He does that a lot when he's playing. He'll switch shirts at halftime.
Why does he do it?
A little bit of superstition. I think he just is more comfortable in a clean shirt in the second half.
Oh, what a ball off the boards. Marinaro to lobby. Kick save by Arlaski, and it did change his luck. Let's face it, a pathetic power play for Canton. Unbelievable power play defense for Cleveland.
Cleveland actually had the better of that, even though they were a man down.
Bartro at midfield for the Cleveland Crunch. To Carbonaro. Marinaro tries to dribble through. Ball knocked away. Bartro's 3-point shot blocked by Antonio again. I like Denzel Antonio, Bob. I mean, as bad as things get, Denzel Antonio's always back, playing honest defensively. He's a good player.
Maybe one of the strongest players in the league, just in terms of physical strength. He works out a lot, and you can tell if you look at the muscles in his arms and his legs, he is put together very well.
Carriage again is cherry picking back in midfield. Has the ball for the Crunch. Lucas charged with stopping him. Bartro shoots, punched aside by Arlaski. Casamani stolen by Karich, ahead to Medved, flicks one, saved again by Arlaski.
Second good kick save at the top of the box for Arlaski.
Vanessa, one-on-one with Schlotauer, makes a nice move, his shot is saved by Orff.
Beautiful diving effort, acrobatic save by Otto Orff. And here's Karich at the other end.
Karich tied up on the boards, fouled.
Take a look at this save by Orff. Two things are good about that. One, he made the save. Two, he prevented the rebound. DeFlorio was wide open on the far post.
Canton clears the ball to midfield. A lobby. Michael goes down. Cleveland will set the ball up again. Cleveland is playing with intensity.
This is a team that's saying we want to warm up for the playoffs here, and there is absolutely no let-up in this team. They are putting everything they've got into this, driving at three by Marinaro.
Marinaro again. And once again, Cleveland has clinched second place. They can't go to first. They can't fall to third. How about this save?
Here's Arlaski. We've seen him victimized a few times tonight. This time, he's the guy taking one away. And Cleveland has 14. They could have 24 real easily without some of the good plays that he's made.
DeFlorio to Edwards. His shot is blocked. Edwards keeps it from going along to Marinaro. DeFlorio will send a ball for Lucas in the corner. Schlotauer bangs the boards. Can't get it away. Thomas will get it into it. And Otto Orff, who is looking to win his 25th game tonight. He will lead the NPSL in wins for goalkeepers. Faces another charge. No, he doesn't. Carbonaro will take it away for Cleveland at midfield.
Pryor made a mistake dribbling, let the ball get a little bit too far in front of him that time, and it was an easy pick for Carbonaro.
Lugris at midfield. Cleveland has played so very well in the midfield tonight, not allowing Canton to build up and push it into their end. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 14-5 crunch. Denzel Antonio, right foot, off the glass. DeFlorio's header saved by Orff.
Quick left hand.
Thomas, caught, out of midair by Arlaski. And here comes Kia, great up and down action. Blocked. Hustling in Stan Koziel. First time we've seen him, number 4 in the gray shirt. Over to DeFlorio again. Knocked away. Bartro for Cleveland. Up ahead to Karich. Koziel, room to run. They're on a line change, 2-on-1. Koziel to Kia. Back up high, Antonio shot, no! Turned aside, Medved blocked. Again, Cleveland playing defense with 4. They have Karich back. They get the ball to Zoran Karich. One-on-one with Antonio. Nice ball in the corner. Medved in front. No. Settled. Shot. Off the glass. Karich just missed. Kia kicks it out. Get Frank Arlaski a chair. 3:47 to go in the third. Crunch 14. Canton 5.
Can't get enough of America's first World Cup? You will in Soccer America. How about our national team and the Olympics? Soccer America delivers.
I've been reading Soccer America ever since I went head-to-head against Pelé back in the 70s. I like Soccer America because it profiles personalities. It reports on the pro college women's and international scenes and focuses on the very pulse of soccer in America.
Call toll-free to learn more about Soccer America, the USA's only national soccer weekly. 18 issues, just $19.94. Call 1-800-453-6500 now.
There are 13 teams in the National Professional Soccer League, but they only wear one brand of gear, Patrick. The NPSL is a league of fast-paced, exciting soccer, and the stars of the NPSL demand only the best. Whether it's Patrick jerseys, shorts, bags, warm-ups, shin guards, sandals, or shoes. So play like the pros of the NPSL and soccer players around the world. Insist on Patrick at your local sporting goods or soccer store. Patrick, the official supplier of the NPSL.
First edition, all new Pacific's 1993 Premier Edition National Professional League trading cards. A complete set, 110 super high gloss cards featuring players from all 13 teams. Order this Premier Edition collector set today. Only $12.95, including shipping and handling, for all the action, all the stats, and all your favorite soccer stars. Order your official NPSL 110 card set now by calling toll-free 1-800-551-2002. Only $12.95. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Allow 4 to 6 weeks delivery. These cards are a kick.
First place Baltimore and fourth place Harrisburg square off. Bob, you think it's important, the dates?
3 games in 3 days. Third game there might favor the younger legs. I think Baltimore, if I'm Baltimore, I want to try to get it over in 2.
Amen. Gary Henley, the Cleveland coach. His team, the hottest right now in the American division. If they can hang on, they'll have won 9 of 11. It's not as easy to smile for Oscar Pisano.
Nope, been a tough year and a tough night so far. They have not been able to get back into this thing. But trailing by 9, we'll see what happens. Each team has found the net in this quarter. Canton's goal was a 1-point goal. Each keeper has 6 saves in this period. The goalies have come to the fore.
Well, you talk about a tough year. I mean, Canton fans have to feel like New York Yankee fans in 1965 when their dynasty ended. It was their birthright to be in a World Series. Marinaro, yes, again, 5. And now Canton just watches as Cleveland beats them like a drum.
Fifth goal of the night for Marinaro, and it comes on a set play. 97 on the year. The restart, and Marinaro fires it into the far back corner of the goal. Arlaski could not get the...
If you're balding or have thinning hair, wouldn't you rather look like this? Introducing Instant Hair Plus, the amazing hair thickener that gets rid of bald spots and thickens your hair in an instant.
What I like about Instant Hair Plus is it looks totally natural. Even up close, nobody can tell that I'm using it.
Instant Hair Plus is easy to use and is not a paint-on or cover-up. It clings to your hair and actually builds it up, thicker and thicker right before your eyes. Now, can you tell where the bald spot was?
I could not believe how full it actually made your hair look.
Instant Hair Plus comes in 5 natural colors, one just right for you, and it's only $19.95. Try it for 30 days risk-free. And if you don't agree that Instant Hair Plus is the next best thing to growing hair, just return it for a prompt refund.
To order, call 1-800-238-3100 or send $19.95 plus shipping and handling to P.O. Box 4670, Omaha, Nebraska. Be sure to indicate your hair color or call now 1-800-238-3100.
The 97th goal of the season for Hector Marinaro. 97's a record by a long shot. He may get to 100. He still has about 19 minutes to play.
And Frank Arlaski is beginning to know what the people who live in Beirut feel like. There have been bombs going off and artillery shells around him all night long.
Orff with the save.
11 points in this game for Marinaro, 5 two-point goals and an assist. Carriage assisted on that last one. He has 5 points with 1 goal, 2-point variety, and he has 3 assists.
Well, you knew it was going to be a big year for Hector Marinaro. He set the tone on opening night, right? Oh. He tied the league record for points in a game there, which was 15. He has threatening that here tonight. A lobby to midfield for Cleveland. Dumps the ball, Mark Thomas. Arlaski gets there first. Bartro came in with a leg too high. Foul on Cleveland. This is going to fill up the whole screen when you look at all the goals Hector Marinaro scored tonight.
And there it is, 97, 50 assists, over 240 points. Amazing.
What was the old record for points?
180 by Andy Chapman.
I mean, heck, if we play long enough tonight, he may double it.
That is called shattering a record. I mean, put that in perspective. That's like a Major League Baseball player hitting about 85 home runs in a year to break the record by that much.
Tima. Nope, back to Schlotauer midfield. Whoops.
Walter scattered the troops in his own bench.
I don't think that's where Walter intended to play it, but you can see the smiles on the faces of Karich and Marinaro. Easy to do when you're up by 11 with 2:08 to go in the third quarter. So Cleveland is obviously hitting stride for the playoffs. We've talked earlier about the Canton team. This was their World Series game. They can't go to the playoffs. Now that they're down by 11, I imagine it's that much tougher to get motivated to play.
Now, they knew coming in their season was going to end tonight one way or another. And right now, it's going to take a heck of a comeback for it to not end on a negative note.
Kia above the right corner of the penalty area to DeFlorio. Gino blocked into the crowd, and it'll be a corner kick for Canton.
Karich and Marinaro, the big two, have the 2 goals for Cleveland in this period. And the 1-point shootout for DeFlorio, the only scoring for the Canton Invaders in this third stanza.
Canton will get the restart. To the left of Cleveland's Otto Orff. D'Annunzio over the ball. Tanner leaped into the air, got a head on it, and stopped the Canton attack.
Kia tried to volley. Orff was equal to the task. It's 2-on-2 at the other end.
Those two are Karich and Marinaro, and Karich got Marinaro, who missed a rare open net. Or I should say the rare miss of the open net.
He has put 5 of them in tonight, and we still have over a quarter to go.
Hector Marinaro has set almost every offensive record imaginable this year. Here they come again. Soren Karich ahead to Hector, too far, and Arlaski will knock the ball away. Bobby D'Annunzio long for Kia. Lets the ball go in front to DeFlorio. He's got some great skill. Dishes it off. Back to Antonio. Walked away by Karich. Antonio knocked it down with his hand. That's illegal, of course, in soccer. Marinaro to Tima. Uh-oh, Hector's got another opening. Winds up. Will lay a ball up high to Tanner. Tima in the corner. Karich, will he get there in time? Antonio knocked it away, then tripped. And a foul. Cleveland will get the restart.
Antonio with a slide tackle. Got part of the ball, but got a piece of Karich as well. Take a look. Now, he didn't get the ball, did he? He did get Karich.
Another kick save from Arlaski. Canton just trying to get the ball out. It was Karich who stayed downfield earlier while Marinaro came back and played defense. Let's see if they let Marinaro stay down and look for more points. But now Marinaro's coming right back in the picture to play defense on Antonio, whose shot is wide. DeFlorio, oh, he hit it hard.
Right into the chest of Orff, who was Johnny on the spot on the post.
Denzel Antonio against Marinaro. DeFlorio with a move off the boards. Not going to have enough time before the end of the third quarter. With a crunch, up 11.
The drive by DeFlorio and the save by Orff.
3,6,500 now.
There are 13 teams in the National Professional Soccer League, but they only wear one brand of gear, Patrick. The NPSL is a league of fast-paced, exciting soccer. And the stars of the NPSL demand only the best. Whether it's Patrick jersey, shorts, bags, warm-ups, shin guards, sandals, or shoes. So play like the pros of the NPSL and soccer players around the world. Insist on Patrick at your local sporting goods or soccer store. Patrick, the official supplier of the NPSL.
First edition, all new Pacific's 1993 Premier Edition National Professional League trading cards. A complete set, 110 super high gloss cards featuring players from all 13 teams. Order this Premier Edition collector set today. Only $12.95, including shipping and handling for all the action, all the stats, and all your favorite soccer stars. Order your official NPSL 110 card set now by calling toll-free 1-800-551-2002. Only $12.95. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Allow 4 to 6 weeks delivery. These cards are a kick.
Think Tyson is the greatest heavy that ever lived? Watch Joe Louis. Like Sugar Ray Leonard? Wait till you see Sugar Ray Robinson. See them, own them, the greatest fights of the century. Yours to own, yours to keep. Walcott and Lewis, Zale and Graziano, Dempsey and Tunney, Carnera and Bear, and many, many more. Rare dynamic fight footage preserved on state-of-the-art videotape. You can be there for the fantastic fights of the century. Call now to own them. Call now for the fantastic fights of the century on modern videotape for only $19.95. Call now. 2 volumes of the fantastic fights of the century, yours for just $19.95. 2 state-of-the-art videotapes with the fights you've only heard about. Yours for just $19.95, but you must call now to take advantage of this special television offer. You must call now.
Call now to order this 2-volume set for only $19.95. These fantastic fights make the perfect gift. For faster delivery, please have your credit card ready and call 1-800-238-3100. That's 1-800-238-3100.
As a Youth for Understanding International Exchange student, you'll live with a family, go to school, learn a language, and get ready for the world.
Living with the family, it was really nice. I really enjoyed it. I felt like a part of the family because they treated me so well.
I was thinking away, and then suddenly I was like, well, wait, how do you say that word? And I realized, oh my God, I'm thinking in French.
Get ready for the world. Call 1-800-ARE-YOU-READY and find out more about spending the year, summer, or semester in a YFU high school program abroad.
I'm going back.
It's been all Cleveland, which means they may turn loose their crazy number 23.
You know, a minute ago we saw Walt Schlotthauer dump that ball into his own bench. Those who know him know with the lead there's a chance that might not have been completely by accident. He is one of the biggest practical jokers you are ever going to want to meet. Earlier years in his career, if you were on a team bus and fell asleep, he'd be in the trainer's bag getting you tape your legs together, setting your shoelaces on fire or your comb on fire. You name it, Wally would do it. Marinaro has treated the crowd to 5 goals and treating a few folks to some souvenirs now. And being treated to some playing time. Andracki will play the 4th quarter in goal for Cleveland as he has stepped in relief of Otto Orff.
Otto Orff will, barring 11 Canton points, pick up his 25th win of the season. Bill Andracki. Andracki 0-5 on the year. Unlike Orff, his season started on a downhill note. Against Dayton in November, he was a 27-22 loser and had 6 penalty minutes in the game. And he hasn't recovered yet for a win. It's not likely he'll get one tonight.
If he gives up enough points to get the win, he won't be there.
Denzel Antonio, nope, too high. DeFlorio's header, kicked away by Tima DeFlorio again, is wide. This is the last 15 minutes of soccer of the season for Canton, and I'm sure Oscar Pisano is just asking them to play as hard as they can for it.
That's all you can ask at this point.
Kia's shot won't go. Antonio rifles one off the glass, and Canton is coming out with a vengeance. Let's face it, when your team finishes in last place, not only are you playing for pride, you're playing for a job next year.
2-on-1.
Carriage and Marinaro. Hector's got his 6th. 98 on the year.
You could see that coming on the other side of the yellow line. Nice cross, and Marinaro puts it away. Good feed by Savage. The 6 goals that Marinaro has scored tonight, 2 shy of the NPSL record of 8 in a game. And he is also 2 away from 100 as he has 98 on the year.
Who was that announcer at the beginning of the game who said he's had a great year, but coming in with 92, he's not going to get to 100?
Carriage has 4 assists on the night.
Shot won't go, and again, Cleveland will work it in. Andracki, here they go. I was hoping you'd be a gentleman and take me off the hook there, Bob, and say it was you, but no, it was me.
You won't believe I forgot, will you? Didn't think so.
Thomas hits a rocket at Arlaski. It's turned aside, and Canton finally grabs the ball.
But they still don't necessarily have it out of harm's way as Medved controls.
The ball goes into Arlaski. Bob, Cleveland, obviously, from this game, can take much momentum right to the playoffs.
Absolutely. I mean, if I'm Gary Hindley, this is the script that I would want to write to go into the playoffs. 24-15, they're probably going to end up 25-15 against a solid Buffalo team. I still expect that to be a most competitive series.
And again, it's not just been tonight. This is a team that's gelling. Now 9 of their last 11 have been victories. Tima won't get it. And it's a shame that we didn't see more from Canton tonight, because this Canton team has come into some pretty tough buildings like Cleveland and played very well this year.
They only have 4 road wins, but one of them was here. One of them was in Harrisburg, which is not an easy place to play. One of them was in Chicago.
We have a misconduct penalty on the Canton bench. Someone said something to Steve Siamos he didn't like, and they'll have to sit for 2 minutes in the box. It's not a power play situation.
We have a record attendance figure in Cleveland. There it is. 10,013.
It's not just the team that's tuning up for the playoffs. The fans want to be in postseason form too.
Speaking of records, here comes Marinaro. League's record for most points in a game. He is closing in. He has 13. He's 2 away.
Well, he had 15 to tie the record on opening night. I guess it'd be somewhat cyclical. Do it on the closing night as well. Carbonero to midfield to Hector. Here he comes.
Everybody.
To Carriage, who wants to get it back to him. No. And now Canton gets a chance to counterattack, but it's not going to work. Lubers waits, and the red shirts of Cleveland get back defensively.
Misconduct penalty on Canton was on Stan Kojal.
Antonio's shot is blocked into the crowd. And they're going to say it hit a Canton player in front of the goal. The Canton guys don't seem to agree.
That's going to give possession to Cleveland. 13 tonight for Marinaro. And look at that for the season.
Tommy Tanner for Cleveland. Bounces it off the boards to himself. There's Marinaro to pick it up. Carriage. Sliding tackle. Lucas knocks it away. Kia knocked down at midfield. And I guess this is when a defender really takes some pride in buckling down and not letting Marinaro get that record.
Well, here comes another chance, but he won't get it on that possession.
Denzel Antonio off to Key at midfield. 10:50 to go in the game, and what we have left to watch for is, can Hector Marinaro get to 100 goals in a season and set a record? DeFlorio's shot is wide right. Antonio just overruns it. And DeFlorio knocked down by Carriage. It's a 2-minute call.
Down goes DeFlorio in a heap. And Carriage is heading to the penalty box.
When you're as big and strong as Denzel Antonio, you can smile when you pull apart a mad soccer player like that. No one's going to mess with you. And Carriage won't. And they'll let DeFlorio, the player who was knocked down, take the shootout. He's 1 for 1 tonight.
This would be a hat trick for him if he's able to put it in.
He still has a second. Did he make it in time?
Yes.
You get 5 seconds to put it in, and it's 3 goals for Gino DeFlorio.
And you can take as many attempts as you want during that 5 seconds. He hits it hard enough that it came off the boards back to him, and then he's able to connect on the rebound. That one almost went. That was right on the post. That'll make it an 18-6 game. Four points for DeFlorio. 2 of his goals have been of the 1-point variety.
And Canton will once again have a man advantage and go on the power play. Bob, last time it didn't even look like a power play.
It did, but it looked like Cleveland was on the power play. They'll try to do better this time.
Casamani in the corner, can't get through it. He'll bring it back up to Denzel Antonio. A 12-point lead for the Cleveland Crunch in the red, Canton in the gray. Their season ends tonight. Cleveland advances to the playoffs. Kia can't steer one in. And here comes a lobby back to midfield. A lobby quadruple team, and yet Cleveland comes out with the ball. It's DeFlorio who goes back to pick it up. He's wearing a pretty heavy brace on his left knee. Is it preventive or has it been bothering him?
More preventive than anything, although he has had a few problems. I think he is going to have a little corrective surgery at the end of the year. He had a major reconstruction on that knee a couple of years ago. 53 seconds left in the Canton power play, 9:32 left in the game.
Now last week, Baltimore and Detroit, it looked like it was over. Detroit's up 24-13 with 3 minutes left, but
Baltimore tied it and won it in overtime, and there's a power play goal. DeFlorio will chip it in.
Well, DeFlorio now with 4 goals. It's 11 points, and heck, we have 9:30 left to play, so if Canton can get it rolling.
It's possible. Not probable, but it's possible. Here's DeFlorio. Creeps in behind a couple of defenders. You notice nobody picks him up. Nobody slides over with him. There he is on the far post. That guy scored 170 points this year. Somebody ought to be keeping an eye on him. Antonio picks up the assist. And now 5 points for DeFlorio, including 3 one-point goals and a 2.
Teams are back in full strength. It's Karich, the player who committed the penalty, dribbles it into the Canton third. Keenan Michael. To Panessa. Now Troy Edwards in the corner, steers one in front, and Recchi hangs on. Karich is waiting all by himself. Marinaro's the trailer on the play. Can he get him? Yes!
99. And another assist for Karich. Seven goals for Hector Marinaro. 15 points, that ties the record. And Arlaski is going to be having bad dreams about that guy for some time. My, oh my. And over 8.5 minutes left. Ties his own league record for points in a game. And he'll be back for more.
13-point advantage for Cleveland. That probably puts the outcome of the game out of the doubt column. However, it very much puts a finish by Hector Marinaro to the front of everyone's mind, as Marinaro needs to just score 1 more point to set an all-time NPSL record.
And 1 more goal would give him 100 for the year.
Medved in the corner. Arlaski makes a nice save on Joe Pavlik's shot. And Wes Seacrest is on, taking a shot from midfield. Seacrest, a 19-year-old high school player from Cleveland. The crowd loved it when number 4 cranked a shot from up high. Some guys who don't get to play much, Pavlik and Seacrest now on for the Cleveland Crunch. As we mentioned, the game is comfortably in hand, but we watch number 21 in the red, who is not on the field right now, Hector Marinaro, who's having a big-time night. Panessa. Back up high to Pryor. Kenny Pryor's left foot. Turned away. The lobby rolls one ahead. Pavlik. Shot. Hit the post.
Cleveland had numbers back defensively despite the rush, and that's why Michael had to hold up.
Oh, Medved turns a pretty vicious elbow into Keenan Michael. Keenan Michael was pretty cool when he got up, then he gave just a mini headbutt to Medved to acknowledge that he didn't like the elbow. And I think they're going to send Michael as well. Well, Michael was pretty cool when he got up at first and didn't retaliate, but then he decided to. Here's what happens.
Well, that's nasty. That's nasty. Now let's see what happens when Michael gets up. They're jawing at each other from the get-go. And the mini headbutt and a little bit of a push.
The old Scottish handshake.
Both players head to the box.
You know what I think I'd do if I were a Canton player? I'd go over and take Hector Marinaro's shoes and all the confusion.
Michael, for the headbutt, may have been ejected.
Steve Siamos blows the whistle, says let's restore order. 6:58 to go in the game. Cleveland 20 and Canton 7.
Play with the soccer ball of the pros, Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Guaranteed for long-lasting high performance. Hand-stitched for superior quality, uniquely designed. Candace, the soccer ball of the pros. Available at soccer specialty stores everywhere. When soccer is the game, Candace is the name. Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Candace for your team or league. A soccer ball that's one kick ahead of all the others.
Crunch fans, playoff action comes to Cleveland this coming Sunday at 3:05 p.m. at the Cleveland State Convocation Center. Catch all the excitement as the Crunch takes on the arch-rival Buffalo Blizzard. Tickets are available for Sunday's game and for Wednesday's wrap-up contest, so order your tickets now.
It's crunch time in Cleveland. Crunch time. Stand up and shout. It's crunch time in Cleveland now. Crunch!
First edition, all new Pacific's 1993 Premier Edition National Professional League Trading Cards. A complete set, 110 super high gloss cards featuring players from all 13 teams. Order this Premier Edition collector set today. Only $12.95, including shipping and handling, for all the action, all the stats, and all your favorite soccer stars. Order your official NPSL 110 card. 1-800-551-2002. Only $12.95. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Allow 4 to 6 weeks delivery. These cards are a kick.
Are you getting all the golf you want? You want more? More than TV? More than magazines? Sounds like you're ready for Golf Week. Golf Week gives you more golf news than any publication in the world. More on the pros, more tours, with more scores, more stats, more stories. Call Golf Week now to start your 4 free issues. Just call the number you see on your screen right now. Call now for more amateur golf, national, regional, local, more college golf. Call now to start with 4 free issues. If you don't want any more, just cancel and pay nothing. Or take another 22 issues. A total of 26 weeks for only $19.95. You can even use your credit card. Call Golf Week now to start your 4 free issues. Just call the number you see on your screen right now.
Sean Medved in the penalty box. What did he do wrong, Bob Bishop?
Throws the elbow to the head of Keenan Michael. There it is. Canton is going to get a shootout out of that. Now Michael coming up for the retaliation. There will be no power play because they'll both be short. Now they're talking to each other as soon as he comes up. They have announced to the crowd here that Michael has been ejected for that headbutt.
What's interesting is Michael comes up and he says, did he get the penalty? And they said yes, he wasn't going to retaliate. Then the headbutt, and certainly that was not a vicious headbutt by any stretch.
No. I've seen a lot worse.
All right, we'll take the shootouts to put some more points on the board. Canton will take it, and it'll be Bobby D'Annunzio, the third player to take a shootout tonight for Canton.
I don't believe he has taken a shootout before this season.
D'Annunzio against Andracki. He got it. That's the 8th point for Canton. He's still down by a dozen.
That is his first shootout attempt of the year.
You're a big fan of Bobby D'Annunzio, aren't you?
Bobby D'Annunzio, a little guy, and you'd think somebody that small might be a little fragile, a little prone to injury. Not this guy. He plays through everything. 264 consecutive games going back to the 86-87 season. He's been the Iron Man in the league. That's a league record, and it is extended every time he steps on the floor.
Now here's something for the Canton fans to feel good about. He was an All-America at Buffalo State. So we've talked about all the Canton guys who've gone to Buffalo to make them look good. Hey, we got one coming the other way.
He's been there for a while. 3 points in the game, a 2-point goal in that one. His brother does play for Buffalo.
Bob, we're going to go ahead and send you down right now to get Sean Medved for a discussion of what happened. Carriage's shot is deflected wide. Bob, you can go ahead and catch Medved. Here comes DeFlorio. DeFlorio winds up. His shot is blocked. Now, hang on just a second, Bob, before you go. Let's catch Keenan Michael outside the locker room. If you'll get Keenan Michael outside the locker room.
Okay, we're going.
That's our man. Give me a hot dog while you're down there as well. Now, he's shaking that one off. He seemed so agreeable before. 6:26 to go in the game. The Crunch of Cleveland leading Canton 20-8. And in the gray, Canton with the restart. A corner kick to the right of the goalkeeper for Cleveland, Bill Andracki. Denzel Antonio up high to D'Annunzio, smothered by Andracki. Andracki came in to start the 4th quarter. Otto Orff played the first 3 and will pick up his 25th win of the year. That'll be the best in the league. Uh-oh. Oh, you almost saw history. But Arlaski was up to the task. They may get another shot at it here. Zoran Karic. Shot punched aside. Zoran's follow. No, Kia turns it aside. Or Kia will work it up to midfield. Number 21 in the middle of the screen. He now runs across the yellow line and out of your picture. He has the ball in the left corner. Hector Marinaro. Shot blocked into the crowd. Here it comes. If Hector Marinaro gets this shot in, or that's Karic, I'm sorry. Nice save by Arlaski. Frank Arlaski. He's earned his money tonight. And Hector Marinaro, again, number 21 in the red, has already tonight scored 15 points, tying a record he established on opening night of the season. 1 more point, and obviously it's his alone, as he tied an old Andy Chapman record. His 7 goals tonight give him 99 for the season. That's a record. Needless to say, then, no one's gotten to 100. He could do it here. They're obviously going to send it to him. His shot is in! 100! carriage to Hector Marinaro. He hasn't missed tonight. Look at that. What a soccer player. You're seeing NPSL history on two fronts. 100 goals, the first time ever. 17 points in a single game, an all-time record. He has also tied the record for most goals in a game with 8. If Hector looks a little tired, it's deserved. 100 goals in a season. Simply unbelievable. It's just not working tonight for Canton. It's a nice shot from Franco Panessa. Hits the glass on top of the goal. Bill Andracki for Cleveland. Dumps the ball into the Canton third, now back to midfield. 4:45 to go in the game, 22-8. We have seen an unbelievable and unprecedented individual performance tonight from Hector Marinaro. 100 goals on the season. Pryor sends the ball again in front for Panessa. Knocked away. Panessa get it back in the corner. Winds up and turns the ball aside. Hustling onto the boards, Marco Bartolovic as Cleveland starts to clear the bench. Kenny Pryor for Canton. Nassim Alabi up to Bartolovic. Back to Pavlik. All names that don't play much, but they have a chance tonight because of a huge 14-point lead with less than 4 minutes to go in the game. Now the other way, John Dugan for Canton on the field for the first time. The ball rolls into goalkeeper Bill Andracki. Denzel Antonio knocks one off the boards. Can Kia get it? Nope. When you're only 5'5", it's hard to catch a ball when it's up in the air. And Andracki will toss one to midfield. Antonio settled the ball outside of his yellow line, played it back in. Let's go down outside the locker room where Bob Bishop is standing by with the ejected Keenan Michael.
We are outside the Canton locker room with Invader defender Keenan Michael. Ejected from the game over that altercation with Medved. Your thoughts? What's your version of what happened?
Well, I mean, I thought something should have been called on an altercation between us before, and then he came up elbow high, and we had a few words, got into each other's face. I didn't feel I should have been ejected, but, you know, I mean, referee maybe saw something different and what happened.
It hurt more that you're out and he's still in?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, it's just been a really frustrating year for us anyway, and, you know, this is this caps it right now.
Okay, Keenan, we appreciate you taking the time to be with us.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Back upstairs.
I guess you'd have to say that is a poignant moment. As Keenan Michael explains, that is all too apropos for the season Canton has suffered. Again, if you're not familiar with this franchise, this is the story, the most storied indoor franchise. Ball out of play, timeout, 2:23 to go in the game. Cleveland 22, Canton 8.
Success in life is the result of preparation and having the right tools. To become the person you've always wanted to be, select Nordic Flex Gold. You provide the effort, Nordic Flex Gold provides the means to your personal success. Look at what can be achieved with Nordic Flex Gold. You too can see these kinds of results in as little as 12 weeks. As your body becomes stronger, you develop a feeling of poise, confidence, and control in all of life's challenges. And as you trade fat for muscle, become defined and toned, your energy level actually increases, allowing you to tackle any obstacle. For results like this, only Nordic Flex Gold will do. Nordic Trek's team of engineers and physiologists devoted over 2 years to designing the Nordic Flex Gold. 5 key breakthroughs make it the best in-home strength training system available. Nordic Flex Gold uses ergonomically correct linear motion, ensuring proper form throughout each exercise for a more effective workout. Nordic Flex Gold uses a revolutionary isokinetic resistance system, which matches your body's natural strength curve. The patented isokinetics are so effective, you can see results up to 70% faster than with rubber band machines or even free weights. And Nordic Flex Gold is easy and convenient to use. Since the resistance automatically adjusts to the force you apply, you rarely have to adjust the machine, and your changeover time between exercises is up to 40% faster than SoloFlex. With Nordic Flex Gold's comprehensive workout video, manual, and wall chart, there is no guesswork. And best of all, at only $999, Nordic Flex Gold costs 1/3 less than SoloFlex. It's time to act. Call now, and in as little as 12 weeks, Nordic Flex Gold can give you the body you've always wanted. To order or for more information, call now.
Canton on the short end tonight. It's been a frustrating season for a team that had 5 consecutive divisional championships. They've won 5 of the first 8 NPSL league titles, but this year they will end the season not only out of the playoffs for the first time ever, but on a very disappointing note as they are victimized by the unbelievable Hector Marinaro of Cleveland, who tonight scores 8 goals and an assist, 17 points, a new record, 100 goals in a season. No one's even come close to that before. And I would imagine that Hector is probably done for the night. The shot taken by Tony Cesar, another of the developmental players in Cleveland, one of the young guys getting some time late in the game. Turned aside, and again Canton, an honest team, back defensively. Let's go down to Bob Bishop, who is now standing by with the incomparable Hector Marinaro. Apparently we can't hear Bob and Hector right now. We're going to try to get that fixed and get a chance to visit with Hector Marinaro again in a second. To reset the stage of the game, 1:28 left. It's been Hector's game on the night. 17 points. Cleveland with 22, Canton 8. Hector has as many 2-point goals as Canton has points. Kia hammers one that Andracki gets a hand on to turn away. D'Annunzio. Bob Bishop told you a little earlier, he's played in more consecutive games than anyone else. A foul in the corner. Tima, the guilty party. It's Big John Dugan is pulled down. And D'Annunzio will restart it. Up high. The shot from Lugris is turned away, and Antonio's into the crowd with it. Just a minute, 7 left to go. A reminder, next Friday night, you'll be watching the playoffs on Sports Channel America. Cleveland and Baltimore, or I'm sorry, Cleveland and Buffalo. As Buffalo, a team in its first year, an expansion team, put together a roster under Trevor Dawkins, who won championships with Canton in their early days, is not your typical expansion franchise. They're a very good team. And I think if you've been watching tonight, I don't need to give you much analysis of the Cleveland Crunch. Inside a minute to go in the game. Loose in front of the goal. Arlaski punches it away. Pavlik ran into him. Now let's go down to Bob Bishop and Hector Marinaro.
And we're with Hector Marinaro, who has scored 100 goals on the year, 8 of them tonight. A new record for points in a game. Outstanding effort.
Oh, thank you very much. It's not very often you get a chance to score 100 goals in a season, and people say it's next year and stuff, but you never know what's going to happen. So they told me at halftime that I needed 4 more goals, so I just decided to go for it. I'd like to apologize to Canton because we weren't trying to run up the score. All the guys were trying to help me get the record, and my teammates were great tonight.
Great momentum builder heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, I've said all along, if we wouldn't have ran into the injury problems we had in the middle of the season, you know, we'd have a much better record. But everybody's back healthy except for Andy Schmetzer, and we couldn't be going into the playoffs any better than we are right now.
Congratulations, Hector.
Thank you very much.
And as you probably heard from the crowd reaction, another Cleveland goal went on the board while we were down here. Let's go upstairs. Dave will tell you about it.
Everyone's scoring tonight. On the one end, Hector Marinaro, 100 goals on the season. On the other end, Tony Cesar, who is a developmental player, a rookie who works out with the big team, not for pay, but for a chance to play. He had played in 6 games prior to yesterday without scoring. He got a goal last night and another goal here. The clock winds down on Canton season. You'll see this very impressive Cleveland team in the playoffs Friday as Cleveland beats Canton 24-8 as Hector Marinaro has the night of nights in the NPSL. This is the goal that sets NPSL history, number 100 from Hector Marinaro. Oscar Pisano, the Canton coach, and the Canton players congratulate Marinaro, and you heard him say he wanted to apologize to Canton for all the points. But it was an unbelievable night for an unbelievable player. Hector Marinaro and the Cleveland Crunch finished the year 25-15 and will take on Buffalo in the playoffs. Canton ends at a disappointing 13-27. The first time Canton will finish out of the playoffs. Our final score, Cleveland 24, Canton 8. For George Ferris, our producer-director, and Bob Bishop, our color commentator, Dave Phillips saying good night from Cleveland.